Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using The Star Tarot by Kathy McLeland. Here's Kathy's website if you'd like to find it. Feel free to freeze frame if you need to. Supportive Oracle cards. Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by Tori Hartman. Illustrated by Gretchen Raish Baskin. Websites here, torihartman.com. WatkinsPublishing.com or WatkinsPublishing.co.uk.com for the Watkins Publishings over here if you're interested. Okay. What do we have for Cancer? What do you got going on here? So enlightenment. Enlightenment, what's behind it? With destiny. So something's going to happen with this situation. I feel like what they're saying is you're trying to make a difference. You're doing the best you can for something. But I feel like they're saying this is already on its own course. I feel like Cancer knows this. Kind of like, you know, other people make their decisions and sometimes I just got to watch it play out. I think this is going to be one of those situations, and I think that might be the biggest piece of this reading, to realize you did everything that could have gone well. Anything that you could have done in a positive way, I feel like you did. Even if you're beating yourself up saying, well, I could have done that better, or well, this, well, that. They're saying what you did, how you contributed, you did as much as positively could happen here. There is kind of like this tortured effect. I feel a little bit tortured about it because you might look at this kind of like, well, there's a couple things that I might have said or maybe you didn't say that you're like, if that went differently, things might have gone differently. I keep saying, what I keep getting here is that you did convey the information the best way you could have. Because there's communication here, but there's like, it depends on your situation. Either things you could have said that you didn't, or things that you did say that you're like, I could have said that differently, or maybe I didn't need to say that. It goes back and forth. It depends on your situation. I mean, you know, it's a general read, of course. But I do get that, like, you did do your contribution to this. Because when I see it coming in the beginning, you feel good about it. Kind of like, yeah, I did my part. I held my peace. I held my situation together. I helped things go forward the best I could, and the situation started to heal. It started to look really good. Things started to go better, and it's like you contributed to it in a way that I feel it made sense. It's kind of like, well, I'll put in a little extra effort. I'll help this go. I'll say my piece, and then I feel like Cancer's that one that, like, when people need you, you show up. You're just kind of like, yeah, well, this needs to go better, and I want it to go better, so I'll show up and I'll help it go better. I feel like Cancer's always, maybe, I do feel like a lot of times, maybe not always, you can let me know in the comments, but you'll put yourself out to help something go better. Kind of like when it comes to a family issue or people who mean a lot to you, you'll put yourself out to make it go better. You're kind of like, well, I'll do a little extra here. Really don't have the time for it, but I want this to work out, so I'll do it so this all works out. Especially when it comes to Cancer, like when there's people that mean something to you, like they're close to your heart, like not just acquaintances, but like, you know what I mean? You can have friends that are okay, but then the friends who are closer to you or the family who are closer to you, when things don't seem right for them, you will go out of your way to try to make things better. I've been told before that that's like sometimes a more mature Cancer, more mature energy from a Cancer. Like when Cancers get a little bit more advanced in their like feelings, it seems like that's when that starts happening more. Let me know in the comments below if that's like something where early in life maybe not so much, but the older you get, the more that seems to be prominent. Because I feel like you were helping. You were making some really good movements forward. And while I feel this is really making a big difference, and it was looking really good, this is where it kind of goes a little weird. I'm trying to see what's happening first. This is what I'm first coming into. Whoever you're helping, the Four of Cups is such a tricky card sometimes. What I'm seeing from this is like, it's really making a big difference. It's making a big difference, but they don't seem to want to stick with it. But if they did though, it would really make a huge impact in a positive way. It would be really good, especially because I feel like you're helping them out. And it is going in a very good direction, but this Four of Cups is kind of like, they have a lot of good in front of them, but it's what they don't have that they're centered on. It's what's behind them. It's what they don't have. It's what they want the most is the piece that they don't have. It's kind of like I have 3 of the 4 pieces, and I just really want that 4th piece. And sometimes people go to that point, well, if I can't have the 4th piece, I won't have the full set. So forget it. I just won't. I don't want any of it. I feel like that's what's going on here. I feel this tortured feeling again. Kind of like, you know, this is not how I expected this to work out. And I do feel like you might be a little, are you shocked? Or are you just kind of like, I don't know what to do with you. Now that I'm helping you, it's getting better, but it's not going to be exactly what you want, so you're giving up? Are they giving up? It's very weird, because I'm seeing a couple cards here that usually are very compatible with you. The Chariot and the Death card. So the Chariot is usually the Cancer card. The Death card can be the Scorpio card. Both are compatible. Like, Cancer is compatible with itself. Cancer is also compatible with Scorpio. The energy here, I'm kind of getting more of like a very abrupt, powerful ending. When someone's like, you know what, I know it's going better, but it's not what I want, and I'm going to go do what I want to do. I'm done. But this is an energy you usually get along with. They're just kind of like, they're literally just kind of like, this isn't going to work for me. It's not good enough. I'm going a different direction. They're going. Just, it feels like it's quick too. It feels like it's quick, and it's just kind of like, boom, done. Done. That's when all this rest of this comes in. There's a lot of cards for the ending here. Things were going better, but they just were feeling like it didn't match them. They felt like it didn't match them, and they could get something better out of this. They have to give up on what they had. They're going a different direction. It's weird that the Star card is coming in, because it's kind of like it was going well. It was. And then the Wheel kits, which is where I'm really feeling this tortured energy, and they perceive something else as better. They're like, no, I think I like this over here better, and I'm going to go for that. It was working. It was getting better, but I don't want it. I don't want it. Nope, I don't want it. The next part that comes in, it's heavy. I feel like it's heavy. It really bothers you. If this reading is hitting, it really bothers you, because you're like, what? Why? Like, I feel like you're just stunned. You're like, why are you giving? Why? You're just kind of, I feel like you're stunned. Like, why? Why? Like, what? Like, to you, this makes no sense. And you're like, and I feel like you normally get along with this person. You seem to be normally on the same page, and you're just kind of like, there's the hidden pieces here. Especially with that Death card. Sometimes there's a lot of secrets with this. Sometimes there's a very secretive card. There's things you don't know. They're not telling you. I feel like there's open spots here that are just not filled in. There's just like, you may not even realize that there's a lot more going on beneath the surface with this person, which is really adding into this. That's why that 4th cup here, the 4th cup on here looks so big, and the 3 that are filled are smaller. There's a lot they're not telling you. Probably for good reason. And when I say good reason, kind of like you would not be okay with some of this stuff, if not all of it. So to you, you don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to you why they gave up. It's like, I don't understand why you did that. It's very stressful for you, but you're gonna be fine. You just really don't like this. You feel like you did everything you could, and they rejected all that help. You're not understanding why they won't work with you. I feel like you're putting a lot of the blame on you. You shouldn't. I hope you don't. All right, if you're one of the people that is doing that, you're putting the blame on yourself for whatever reason, don't. There's a lot of information here you don't know. It's not you. It's literally not you. The advice for this is just to realize this has to play out the way it has to play out. Again, faith you got here, but you also got destiny and enlightenment. This has to play out the way it has to play out. Be okay with, I mean, I don't know if you're going to be okay with it, but just kind of like realize it has nothing to do with you. There's a lot here that you don't know about. When you don't know everything that's going on, it's hard for you to do something about it. And if this person doesn't want you to know these things, that's another factor in itself. The Eight of Cups is kind of like, let it be and go on to something better. Have faith that this will work out in the long run. There's this one last card popping up here that I'm kind of... I almost feel like it's a little bit of a warning. Be careful looking for the answers. You may not want to really know the answers. It could be one of those things where it's kind of like once you know something, you can't not know it. You know what I mean? Once you see something, you can't not see it. You know what I mean? Think of it that way. It's kind of like, you know, walking in on somebody and you're like, oh, I didn't really want to see that. It's like, oh, no, I didn't want to see that. Now it's burned into my brain. You know, just, you know, be careful looking for answers because you probably will find them and you might not want to see. You know what I mean? Be careful looking for answers. So I think that's the thing. They're like saying it's better to move on and just have faith it'll be okay. But if you look for answers, you might find them and you might not like them. Just, you know, certain things you can't, you know, when you can't unsee something, you know, just, that's, I think that's like the heads up. Anything else with that? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.